Good morning. How are you guys doing? Hi, I'm Diana from Inner Drop. I am a spiritual coach and Reiki energy healer. And I do these readings every Friday morning for my page here on Facebook. And I love to keep you guys inspired and moving forward into bringing your big work into the world. That's work that you are passionate about. It's a message you have to share. It's people you want to help. It's a life you want to create. That is your big work, right? It's what you were here to do. And so I ask of the tarot cards every Friday what your big work is. What do you want to show up? How do you want to show up? What can you do today to show up for this big work that you have to do, right? Because you know you want to do it, you really love it, are inspired by it, you know it can help people, you know people need to hear it. How can you show up for it today? So before I dive into the reading, I'd like you to take a moment, stop what you're doing for a minute, and then you can just listen, but take a moment to drop in. Take a few deep breaths, drop into your belly, into your heart, and think about how you would like to show up today. Think about what's been on your mind this morning, what goals you have today, what you've been thinking about. Think about those things, and we're going to ask that you receive the exact message you need from the cards today. All right? This reading is designed to show you an energy or an idea or a frequency or a vibration that you can anchor to help you move forward. I do these readings every Friday, and I love it. It's exciting to show you a little bit about what I do. I use the tarot cards in sessions with my clients so that we can get ideas about what's going on under the surface, or clarity around some challenge they're having, or clarity around something that they want to create but they can't quite grasp all the details from it. So the cards can really help you see what's inside. Basically, tarot is like a mirror or a dialogue with your inner self, with your higher self, and it can give you ideas on what to do, how to proceed, or what's in your way, all these things. And if you're jumping on, say hi. Let me know how you're liking these. All right, so let me dive into the reading. So the first two cards are the kind of the energy signature that came up for the reading today. And it could be like a guidepost or an anchor for your day. So this is the frequency to hold on to, and then the other cards are things that might be blocking you, or a thing you can use to help you move forward, more practical tools, the other cards. But this is kind of like the energy signature for the day. So we have the universe and the 9 of Wands. And this is really big picture. I know the cards seem to fall in line with exactly what I've been talking about or thinking about lately, and especially for this Facebook page. So I've been talking about your big work. This is basically the big work card. It's called the universe, and it's basically what you're pulling down from the universe to create and to bring into the world. Like, look at this as a portal, and this crazy looking person is pulling things out of the universe and into the world. You're creating your life, your luscious life. All right, so that's a very big, kind of not so concrete message or idea to grasp, but it's basically you can create your world. And then the next card is a little tip on how to do that. And I think we've had this card a couple of times before. It's the Nine of Wands. It's strength. And the wands are the spiritual or energetic or desire, your will, your what you want to it's about your energy, your spirit, your passion. Okay, so I always think of this card. There's a moon and the sun in a vertical column. Often think of this as your energetic column in your body. All your chakras being in line and in balanced, and you grounded to the earth and anchored to the sky, to the heavens, to the universe. So these two together is saying, for you to be able to pull in what you want to create out of the universe, you need to be in alignment with what that thing is that you want to create. You have to be integrated. You have to be aligned with your message and listen. It's basically listening to your heart, listening to your higher self, listening to what is right for you. And to not listen to all the distractions or the people telling you should do this or that, but listen to what's true from you, from a really anchored and heart-centered and true spot within you. And that's when you're in alignment, you're grounded, you're in your truth, you know what's true for you. Okay. The next card is the Six of Cups, and it's called Pleasure. And the cups are the emotional suit of the deck. And sixes are about being in harmony and in balance. So that's what pleasure is, right? When you're really feeling like everything's flowing, everything's in balance, everything's feeding each other. There's no like wonky stuff happening to throw you off your game or off what you're doing. So this position is what to do to move forward. So this is saying to stay in balance, to stay in alignment with what you love, with what you want to create. It's a beautiful card. Let me look at the astrology. It's Scorpio, the sun in Scorpio. So it's a really deep, alignment with your bigger picture. Perfect for that universe card. Okay, the next two cards are what to get over. And before I show you that card, I want to talk about it before I show it, because it can be concerning for some people. So to get over what you want to go for, sometimes it means you need to stop being the person or change the way you do things. It means you need to step into a different way of being, right? To transform, to start raising up your game, basically. And that might mean you might not look or act or be that same person that you've always been. And that's really scary. But sometimes to get over, to do the bigger picture, you need to get over being that little, let's say little person, so that you can do your big work. Does that make sense? So sometimes parts of you have to go away. Things you used to do might have to go away. Ways of being in the world might have to change. You might even, to do the big work that you need to do, to create the life you want to live, to share the message you want to share, you might have to start being a new person in a way. You might have to start up-leveling in such a way that you don't act like the self that you're used to, right? And so all this is about transformation. You're transforming into the person that you want to be, that you need to be, that you desire to be, so that you can share the message and have the life you want to have. You don't have to fit into the boxes that you've always fit in before. You can change, you can grow, you can learn and do and be all the things you want to do, but you might have to change, and that's scary. So the card that came up for what you need to get over is the fear of all those changes and being different and letting that old self go. So the card is death. And the death card can be scary for some people because they think it means they're going to die. No, it means you're transforming, that the old parts of you need to be transformed so that you can step into this new way of being. I pulled a second card on that card so that for an extra idea of what we can do to help us to get over this fear of transformation. And it's the Knight of Wands. And to get over the fear of transformation, you need to follow your passion. And the wands are like that spiritual passionate suit. Knights are about mastery and going for it. You can see he's on a horse and he's charging forward. He is going for what he believes in, what he's passionate about, what he wants to create, what he wants to do, what he's here to do, what he remembers he's here to do. He's going for it. So remember this Knight of Wands when you get afraid of the change that needs to happen to get to where you need to go. All right? So remember the Knight of Wands. Remember that to do the big work you need to do can be scary, but you also know you can't be the same person going forward because the message you want to share and create is so big and so beautiful and going to help so many people. It's going to make your life great and luscious, and you're going to love it, and it'll be abundant and fruitful, and you can create it. Remember that. Do not let these little things get in your way. You can change them. You can create new things, new ways of being and doing. So I pulled another card today. I felt inspired to, I usually use the Animal Spirit deck, but I decided I felt inspired to use the Ascended Masters deck. And so we got, this is one of the Ascended Masters I work with quite often. And it's White Buffalo Calf Woman, and she talks about a peace offering. And I think the message that is coming through is to be at peace, to stay in harmony, and to listen to the message that you have. When White Buffalo Calf Woman came into the world, she came as a vision to some men out on the prairie. She appeared as a white buffalo calf, and she brought the peace pipe. And so she came to share her message. And I think she is reinforcing this fact that you are here to share your message, to speak your truth, to be the person that you want to be without the restrictions that you may have been putting on yourself and your dreams. All right, it is time for you to share your message of peace and love and beauty, and to create that thing you want to create. To work with the universe to do this, to pull it from being your desires, pull it through the universal portal into the world and share it with all who will work with you and help you to do that. All right? It's kind of a big message today, as usual. For those of us doing big work, the message is usually big, right? So, awesome. I love sharing this reading with you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you are inspired by my work and want to talk to me more about how we can work together in doing a tarot reading for something personal you have questions about, or doing a Reiki energy session, or I have a 40-day program that really helps boss ladies, people who have these big visions, it helps them bring them into the world. It's 40 days to get clear on your message, to get clear in your body, and to start to feel that truth of your message so that you can take it into the world. We work on that together for 40 days, and then you're ready to leap. I call it the 40 days to leap, because we'll work together to get so clear, and you'll get so powerful and in your body and know your truth and know your message that you cannot help but spread it and share it with the world and leap into the next thing for you. All right, if that sounds interesting, I'll put a link in the comments to set up a discovery call where we can talk about any of these offers I just said and find out which one's right for you. All right, I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to work with you. And I'd love to hear any comments you have about this reading today. So drop me a comment, just say hi. And oh, I also wanted to tell you I have in my Facebook group tomorrow, I have a private Facebook group called Tiny Drops to Start a Ripple, and I do live Q&As every Saturday morning. And tomorrow I'm going to be talking in detail about what a session is like with me, what Reiki is, what working with me is like, the tools I use, the what I work on people with, who I work with, why you would want to work with me, all those kinds of things. That's the Q&A topic for tomorrow. And I will also put the link to join that group. It's called Tiny Drops to Start a Ripple. And it's an awesome group. We do little practices. I'm in that group like 3 times a week to keep you guys on track, to inspire you, to help you share your message, to remember the bigger purpose that you have. We do all these things. We do the little practices each day so that we can build muscles and build clarity and build our heart around our message so that we can take it into the world and share it. So we do tiny practices all the time. We work with the moon a lot in those practices, so we are supported by the lunar energies. And I'm going to be starting a 7-day journaling practice, or 7-day journaling challenge in a couple of weeks. That is going to be super fun to help you clarify your message and to understand what's going on so that you can take it into the world and share it. All right, guys, I will put all those links in the comments, and I hope to talk to you soon. Have a great Friday. Yay, the weekend's coming.